Hey, I'm Dante Morrison, and welcome to the Donta Show. What up, Village? Happy Monday, December 21st, 2020. And we're back for another round of the Donta Show with your boy, Dante Morrison, and my phenomenal, not even a co-host, my phenomenal collaborator in crime.
Dana Dang, what's happening, y'all? How's everybody doing today?
You sound good, fam. You sound real good.
Well, you know.
I mean, everybody can't do that. And I heard it's a game on right now. Who winning?
No, nothing's on.
Nothing. Oh, it's not. Oh, my bad. Oh, I thought Cincinnati was playing, the Steelers. So that's not happening.
No, who said that?
Oh, okay. My bad. I apologize. I thought it was a game tonight with Dana's team, but he just told me that's a falsity. That's a lie.
Come on, man.
Wait a minute. Here's Joe.
I know. That's what I said. That's why I said nothing's going on right now, because you already know that Joe's gonna bring in the sprinkle dust and start talking stuff. You know, he's about to bring in the fairy dust from the unicorns and start just talking stuff.
I'm just trying to figure out, so how did your team go from being this team to, how do we get here, Dana?
We're 11-2.
No, you were 11-2 last time.
We're 11-2. We're 11-1. We're 11-2 right now.
Oh, okay. I'll let it go. I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna push it. You said that, your team they're not winning right now.
Yeah, we're not. We're down by a touchdown.
Okay. And how much longer to go in the game?
It is, I think, 4 minutes.
4 minutes left?
Yeah.
Did your team have the ball?
We just got it back.
Oh, okay, so you might catch up.
We might.
Okay. All right. Hey, we're gonna move on.
We're already in the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll revisit this later.
Yes.
What's up, Mo? Mo is here on time. What's up, niece? How you doing? So what up, family? Y'all know this is the Donta Show every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Periscope. We're glad to have you with us. If you have not subscribed to the Donta Show yet on YouTube, please make sure to do so. YouTube.com/Dante Morrison, so you will not miss an episode. You don't want to miss an episode. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to miss an episode. You want to be a part of the village. So make sure to go to YouTube and subscribe. Subscribe, and subscribe. Tonight's show is going to be a good conversation. 2020 has been a beast. 2020 has been trash. 2020 has been garbage. But for some, 2020 has been a life-changing experience that put them on the path of success. Okay, so we don't want to hate on 2020 like it has just been the most devastating year in modern Wait a minute. It has been the most devastating year in modern history. But if you are one of those individuals who took advantage of this time, took advantage of this quarantine, took advantage of all these opportunities to just find yourself, build your business, build yourself, steal away, and get to know you better, we're going to talk about that as well. Hey, Brianna, what's up? Christina's in the house. Brianna, tag Daryl. Get Daryl up in here. Why is Daryl not here? Why is Lynette not here? Get them up in here now. All right. So we're going to talk about tonight, and we're going to open up the show. We're going to open up the show for you. So If you have a story, if you have an anecdote, if you have some words of wisdom that can encourage anybody, we're going to invite you to come on the show and just give like 2 minutes to encourage others in the village. Me and Dana can talk all day, do Dana drops and all that kind of stuff. But if you want to come on the show tonight and say, hey, village, this is how I got through. Hey, village, I know some of you are lonely, but this is how I made it over. Hey, village, let me give you some words of encouragement. This is your chance. We're all about community. We're all about making sure everybody's okay. So this is your time to come on. But listen, don't come on talking no foolishness. Get a moment to shine. Come on and really be an encourager. And with that being said, I'm going to step out and let my man, Dana. I was waiting for it because they
ladies.
They clawing at the glass, clawing at the glass, clawing at the glass. It is now time for the what?
The Dana drop. Boom.
Boom.
What's going on, beautiful people? I pray that everyone is in good spirits. Everyone's feeling well during this time of the year. Everyone's happy. It's almost Christmas. And you're reaching out to someone, letting them know that you love them. Again, as Dante said, please go like our page at youtube.com/Dante Morrison. Click subscribe, tell a friend, share, like. Let's get our numbers up. We're trying to get to that 1,000 mark. We're almost there, but we need a push from our village. We need to push each other. All right. So today, what I'm going to talk about is love. It's funny that the topic of our show is love. And I'm going to give you a few ways to express your love. All right. And one of the ways is offer the gift of listening. Focus on others. Hear what they're really saying. Remember the 80-20 rule. Listen more, talk less. This allow others to share and also gives you a chance to understand their feelings. So listen more and talk less. A lot of times we want to over talk people. We want to talk instead of listening. Listen more and talk less. All right. Here's another one. Say please and thank you. A lot of us have lost that. A lot of us don't say please. A lot of us don't say thank you anymore. We're just in the mindset of someone has to do something for us. Someone's supposed to do something for us. No, this is a simple act of you can practice every day. But many of us often forget how to do it. It can make a huge difference in our lives by just saying please and thank you. Tell your loved ones how much you love them and appreciate them. Like I say at the end of the show, a simple hi goes a long way. A little love goes a long way. Many of us are guilty of taking people for granted. I'll say that one more time. Many of us are guilty of taking people for granted. So it's good to acknowledge those who have impacted our lives and those who could not have lived without you. Speaking, your being, your presence, you're just being you. It's people that really count on you to be in their life. So show a little gratitude. Show a little gratitude about that. All right. Write a letter or send a card to someone you love and mail it. You'd be surprised how much people appreciate this gesture. Getting something in the mail from you, a card, a letter, just something in the mail that's telling them, hi, how are you doing? So many of us have gotten into the habit of exclusively sending out emails. No one wants to check an email. An email is just so unpersonable. Send a letter, write a letter, send a card, send a postcard. I mean, go back to the old-fashioned way of just sending something out to someone, letting them know that you think about them, something tangible that they can take, hold on to and post onto the refrigerator or put in a little place where they can keep it and save it, okay? And then the last one is practice the art of forgiving. Practice the art of forgiving. We often have little spats with loved ones, but as they say, pick your fights. Try to release anger and frustration so that you can adopt a more positive attitude. Pick your fights, show some love. Like we say, spread love instead of spreading lies. And please, just love. Love on someone as you would want them to love on you. That's the Dana drop, and I'm out. Peace.
Good one. As usual, good one. I love how you talk about love. And we've had shows that really talked about how important it is to love each other and show love, spread love. And folks try to, they look for me to sing it instead of spreading lies or whatever the case may be. But that's real talk. I know that you and I, we talk about that often, about the importance of just letting people know how much you love them. Let them know now. Give them their flowers now while they are here to smell them. And oftentimes people wait and ignore those opportunities to just spread love or share love or express love or tell their brother or sister, I love you. And then in those moments, you can really change somebody's life.
Exactly.
You know, just saying, yo, I love you, you know, and it ain't got to be nothing deep, profound. Just, hey, what's up? You know, I love you, right? Yeah. And it's a trip how after every show, you know, me, you, and Kwame, we do our debrief and whatnot. And without failure, when we lock off, the last thing we say is, I love you.
Right.
Oh, and it's nothing deep to that. But I just think the word love, it scares so many people because I guess they've been hurt by love. Love has did them dirty. You know, love has lied to them. You know, love has not carried the weight that they needed to during that time. You know, but what would you say, Dan, to somebody that is really just scared to tell friends, family, partner, you know, I love you?
I would just say, if you say it, mean it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just say it because it's a cliche thing to say or just something to say. If you really genuinely love someone, mean it. And love is an action. Love is a verb. You got to do it. You have to show love.
Did you get it growing up?
I sure enough did.
Okay. We can't. Joe can't help it. Joe can't help it.
What's up?
I love the Squealers losing. We gotta have serious, heartfelt conversation. And then, but Joe is all love, and that's how Joe expresses his love. That's how he expresses love. I love it. I love it. And then, like Christine Neal just said, sometimes it feels like just a word, though, you know. And I think that because people do use the word love to get what they want, they use the word love as an opportunity to get what they need. And the motives and the intentions behind it is all skewed. And I think a lot of us have been victims of that misuse of the word love. You know, right. And we love you too, Kimberly Jenkins Irvin. We love you too. We love you too. Hey, Jamaica. Hey there. And I think that, like, have you ever been used by somebody that you thought loved you because they said, I love you?
Yeah.
How'd you feel?
Used.
Did it skew you for future situations or when you heard it from other people?
Well, no, I never tried to take want something from a relationship into the next relationship. Because I wouldn't like that done to me. So you can't treat everybody the same. Even though certain things may happen that may remind you of that past relationship or friendship or whatever whatever the case may be. I just tried not to take that into the next situation because that's not fair to the next person.
Right. And I think that, but I ain't gonna lie, man, that's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
So let's ask the village. All right, village. So listen, here's your question. If you've been dogged out by somebody that professed to love you, has that ever trickled over into other areas of your life that caused you to treat people differently based upon how past individuals have treated you? And I'm just interested to know, because what Dana said is true. You should not enter another relationship, bringing the hurt of the past one into that. But I am a victim of doing that numerous times because, like I've shared before, I am a serial monogamous. It's like, well, if we go on our first date, then we together, right? That's just how I would always think. So I had a habit of bringing every single relationship into the new relationship. So although you may be dating just one me, I'm dating about 10 of you because everybody's ever hurt me. I carried it all into the new relationship, which was not good because it messed up trust. It made me jealous. It made me anxious. It made me kind of nervous, and very, very, very insecure, and I think Jamaica asked a good question. What part of the responsibility do you take on that? Dana, I guess when you did your share, was there any part that you take on that? As far as what, Jamaica? Keep typing.
That's a loose
Keep typing.
question.
Let's see. Keep typing. Because they asked it way back, and I'm like, what's going on? And I got kind of lost. Kimberly Nesper, yes, sadly, yes. Yes. And we end up, but with that, Kimberly, and welcome to the show, Kim. Kim's my classmate.
Hey,
Future
Kim.
Doctors. Yes. So with that, Kimberly, how many of you have ever dated the same person multiple times? I'm not saying the same exact person. I'm saying you've dated the same kind of person over and over and over and over. I've dated the same person at least 4 times. At least 4 times. So let's be transparent, village. Let's just purge on tonight. How many have dated the same person multiple times? Same person, different body. You ever did that, Dana?
Yes. Yes. I had some 5150s in my life. I've had some people, some relationships you get in, they build a wall. And I actually
Mhm.
wrote a song about that. I actually wrote a song about, getting in a relationship and they have a wall built up. And it's because they've been hurt in their past situations or what have you. And you have to let them know, I'm not that person. I'm not that person. I may walk like them, I may talk like them, but I'm not that person. So it's hard sometimes to get over that wall. It's hard sometimes to get around that wall. But if you want to be with that person, you have to keep telling them, and telling them. But then sometimes, they don't get it and they keep the wall up. And then when you're gone, or if you start acting a certain kind of way, or if you start being funny or whatever the case may be, then it shifts to being your fault. You're the one acting funny. You're the one doing. No, I done told you several times. Here I am telling you what I'm seeing and what you're doing. You're not receiving that. So
Mm.
it's like I'm on the receiving end of it. So allow me to express to you what I'm getting from you instead of you denying it, and step back and say, well, you know what? Maybe he or she is correct. Let me check myself. But a lot of people's pride is so big that they tend not to check themselves.
That's huge. That part right there, when you talk about that
Hmm.
pride is no joke. Because I going back to what Jamaica asked, what part, did you own in it? And I think when it comes to what part did we own in it? Like if somebody comes and tells you, yo, you know what, you're trash.
Right.
How you treat me is trash. How you talk to me is trash. Everything you do is trash. And I don't understand how you keep getting people to date you with your trash attitude. Now, would you sit back, Dana, and be like, I am not trash? Or would you pause and be like, maybe I am kind of trashy. I got some trashy ways. And Village, Janie, I love what Janie said. Janie said she dated the same ninja a few times, about 6 times. Joseph said he did it for 7 years. But then we got Hassani, who's the fighter. He's nope. When I'm done, I'm done. No multiple chances. But Hassani, I think we're talking about like dating the same type of person over and over and over and expecting different results. And that's the
Right.
definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over, expecting different results. That is a problem. But do we ever just take a step back if somebody points out our flaws? We're in a relationship and we think we're winning. We think we're the one. And then you get that one person that ain't scared to call you out on your mess. Because we
Right.
all dated, those yes people, the real coming to America, whatever you like, whatever you want. We've had that kind of individual. But then you mess around and fall in love with that one that's gonna call you out on all your stuff. And be like, well, I ain't the last one. I ain't finna bark like no dog. I'm not finna do that. Let me tell you what you finna do. And they expose you to yourself. And I think it can be really difficult when you got that mirror in front of you and the person you love is holding it and you got to look at it. And
Yeah.
then, so Dana, have you ever like stopped and like changed yourself because the person called you out on your stuff?
You know what? I have, and it really boils down to if you really love that person. You're only gonna allow yourself to change if you really love that person. Again, you're gonna put up, like, we're all guilty of someone calling us out on it, and we're disagreeing from the beginning. It's almost like somebody that's walking around that's musty or they breath stink. They don't know unless you bring it to their attention. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to put on deodorant right away. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to brush your teeth and use mouthwash right away. But yes, you sometimes you have to step back, like I said, and you have to look at yourself and say, well, yes, maybe it is me. Maybe I am the one doing this, or you know, this person is on the receiving end of it. So they're telling me this, and this. So if you really want to make whatever relationship you in, whether it's a friendship, whether it's together in a relationship, a romantic relationship or whatever, if you want to make that work, you're going to check yourself if the person on the receiving end is telling you, hey, this is what's causing an issue with me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't care, you're going to be like, well, fuck, hey, whatever. You're going to continue to do this what you're doing.
Right. And I think on the flip side, you know, I used to fall into the role of becoming that yes man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I had abandonment issues. So I was like, well, I don't want to call this person out for the things that they're doing wrong or how they're making me feel, because I don't want them to leave me. You know, I want them to love me and I want them to feel like I got their back. So I felt like, well, I'm strong enough to deal with whatever BS they put in front of me. You know, I'm strong enough and I don't want to, you know, be constantly confrontational. I don't want to be that person. So, okay, so you did this. Well, I can pick up everything. I'll wash all the dishes. I'll wash all the clothes. I'll clean. I'll do this just to make you happy, because I don't want confrontation and I want to make sure that you are loving me, you know. But in doing that, I was losing myself. You know, and then I found that the person wasn't really in love with me. They were just in love with what I was doing, because I was being this provider and being this yes guy. That gets boring. I don't think anybody wants to be in a relationship with someone that is always saying yes and whatever you want. If you are, that's your zhuzh. But I have learned that if you ask me, what do I want for dinner? I'm going to tell you what I want for dinner. I'm beyond that. Oh, whatever you pick is going to be fine with me.
Right.
I don't want no tofu patty, you know, on wheatgrass. I don't want that. I want steak and lobster. That's what I want. You know, and I think that when we yes, right. You know, when we have that Janie, that codependent people pleaser mentality, that was me. And we find ourselves in these situations where now we're trapped. It's like, how do I get out of this hamster wheel of a terrible relationship? I know it's a bad relationship. Maybe I should just step up and call them out. But then if I call them out, they may leave me, and then I'm by myself. And then I got to figure this all out on my own. Oh my God, what do? I guess I'll just stay.
Right.
You know.
And a lot of people, like you said, I don't know if they're comfortable or if they're just, I don't know. A lot of people are just comfortable. That's why when they get out of a relationship, they look for the same. It's almost like they're looking for the same tendencies in the next person, you know, because it's like they're used to it. And then they get in that relationship and be like, you know, it's going crazy, yada, 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 yada. Then you get out of that, but then you're looking for, like, that's what you mean. That's what you were saying when it's like you're dating the same person,
right?
But in different people.
Right. So and then like J Red just chimed in, some people can't handle the truth. They can't. And I think that is true. And I think it also has to do with how you present the situation, because there's one thing to be calling somebody out on their stuff, and there's another thing to be a nag.
Right.
Now, if you're just a nag, then you need to just get over yourself and realize you're not perfect. You know,
it's the approach.
Yeah, and if you have to nag someone that much, then maybe this isn't the person you should be with, because clearly everything they're doing is getting on your nerves. So why are you still there?
Right.
You know? And then you run and tell your friend, you know, you're talking about your partner or, you know, whoever to your friend all the time. At some point, your friend's going to be like, yo, maybe it's you.
Right.
You know, check yourself. Then you cut that friend out because that friend told you the truth.
Told you the truth. Yeah. So now you like,
yeah, I mean, you ain't no real friend though, because I know me. So now you're burning all these bridges because you refuse to look in the mirror. You refuse to do that, you know. And at some point, like Dana said, we got to sit back and we got to just own it. We got to sit in our stuff sometime and say, yeah, that's me that stinks. You know, that's me that smells. You know, so that's all I'm saying. So Dana, also want to talk about this year. You know, 2020 has been hell on wheels. 2020 came in and just, I mean, unapologetically wreaked havoc, you know, and not just COVID. I'm talking about, you know, the election season that we went through, the civil unrest that we went through. You know, I know everybody's like COVID. Yes, COVID did disrupt 2020, but we also got to recall our summer was so much. We had all the movements that was happening, but then we also had We also had this presidential election that we went through, and we were all on pins and needles throughout November and early December. Like, what's going to happen in 2021? You know, Dana, how did you get through 2020? How did you get to December 21st? What kept you focused and driven?
You know what? Staying out of the way. Staying out of the way. Pretty much just staying prayerful. Um, Emotionally, it was up and down roller coaster, based upon everything that was happening with the social injustice and all of that, and having sons, um, and younger brothers and cousins, and stuff like that. It was just it was an emotional roller coaster. Up, down, up, down. Because when you really think about some of the things that happened, it could have been us,
Mm-hmm.
and it could have been our family on the news. You know what I'm saying? So and it's not over yet. We still got a whole couple of weeks left. So
Right.
pretty much just praying, and just staying out of the way, trying to stay safe, keeping my mind busy with the music and writing. That's pretty much it. Just getting into myself, learning more. I mean, this time a lot of people should have learned a lot about themselves. Pretty much being with themselves, even if you're home with your family or whatever, you still have more time to be with yourself and learn yourself, and your patience level, your patience, especially if you live with family,
Yeah.
and you don't be around them that much. This was a true test of patience.
And it's interesting you said that. I know that some people are terrified of being with themselves.
Yeah, they are.
And it makes them feel like they have no one. And sometimes even in a relationship, you can be all you got.
Right.
Sometimes you have to know how to just sit with yourself and get to know you. And unfortunately, that is a job. That is a job, because a
Yeah.
lot of us don't know how to do that. And I had to learn how to not only love myself, but be okay by myself.
Yeah. A
You
lot of
know,
people can't be alone.
hmm
They're scared.
yeah,
That's why you have so many people that have been married 4 and 5 times. It's because they can't be alone. Like,
married to the same person,
right.
different body, same person.
When are you gonna realize that it's your fault?
Right. How many times you gonna marry Tyrone?
Right.
Even though this is a different Tyrone, but it's still Tyrone. They both got Jerry curls.
Right.
At some point, let them cut that and get a ball fade. But I think I would love, so who's down to come on and give some words of advice, or give a story of how they got through 2021. I see a lot of my frat brothers on here. I see a lot of my church members on here, and I think getting through 2020, and for some people, church used to be, that was their safe haven. Well, clearly church is not accessible anymore. Church is not there. Churches are closed down. So we go to church virtually. Everything
Right.
we do is virtually. And it creates this kind of distance, and makes you feel like, well, God, I have nowhere to go. I'm all I got. But who really found themselves in the midst of all this? I know a lot of folks really found themselves in the midst of all this. They're like, wow, I really got some work to do with me, or they realize that they're a lot stronger than what they thought they were, because
Right.
I know when March hit and they were saying we're going to have to shut down. Daryl, you did come on the show and talk about it. Daryl, come on,
Daryl.
you ain't no stranger. And a lot of folks went into panic mode in March when they said we're going to shut stuff down. In California, we had the stay-at-home order, and it's like nobody's going to work, nobody's going out. Everything is closed down. People freaked out. And I know a lot of those people were extroverts, people that thrive on being social, being in environments where they can see other people. I get it. The individuals that had to go to their happy hour on Tuesday, they had to stop at the bar after work to see all their friends. That was their way of living or escaping or whatever. But then you had that other brood of individuals who are introverts. Hello, introverts unite. Who are introverts was like, okay, well, I can I can make it through this. I can make click it now, Lot. Click it now, Gerard. Click it now. You can come on. We'll put you in the green room. You know how this
Yeah.
works. But then you had those introverts who are like, well, I can navigate from home. This is my cup of tea. I ain't got to be out in the streets. So it created this dynamic where folks were like, how long is this pandemic going to last? Then we saw the holidays come and it was like, well, I can't go a Thanksgiving without being with my family.
Right.
I cannot do that. And then we have Christmas coming up. Well, I clearly can't go to Christmas without being with my family. And we're looking like, well, it's a pandemic. My friend Ahmad, he's an extrovert. He's social. He loves people. He loves hanging out. He loves being with the fam bam. He loves that. He thrives for that. And I get it. So Ahmad, how did you survive the pandemic? Come on, Ahmad, you can click the link too. How did you survive, from March to the 21st, in this pandemic and still being safe and following all guidelines and adhering to that? Because I know this year has been a struggle. This year has been like, damn, enough is enough. And people are saying, well, 2021 is coming. What does that mean?
What exactly? It means jack ship. That's what it means, because this thing ain't over. It's still not over. And the thing about it is, everyone said, oh, 2021 is coming. 2021 is coming. Like you said, what does that mean? Because we still going to have on these damn masks.
Right.
Nothing is ever going to go back to normal because the country has done scared everyone so much that no one and no thing is ever going to be normal again. Mm-hmm. So this is the new normal. We're going to be wearing these masks for a while.
Right.
Everybody needs to just get used to it. I can't go play bingo with Mabel and them no more.
Right.
I can't go play bid whist with but I'm just saying, everyone, well, it'll be over soon. They said that 3 months ago. It'll be over soon. It's not over soon. It's not going to be over soon.
Right.
They've scared us so much that nothing is ever going to go back to normal. Nothing is ever going to go back to normal.
Not in our lifetime.
Nope.
I mean, going through this pandemic while trying to vote, while hearing that the virus is a fake, while hearing all this stuff, it just makes no sense. It really makes no sense. The stuff that we had to endure, this go round, the stuff that we had to try to figure out this go round, it's like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. All right, so we got somebody in the green room. Is he ready, Kwame? Is he ready? If he's ready, bring him on. Bring the fam bam on.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hello. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Look,
like he walking through the wilderness. What you doing?
Yeah, I'm walking into my home.
Love it. You got the new house popping. Congrats. You have made your way to Texas.
Thank you.
Yes. So y'all, this is my frat brother. This is Ahmad. So Ahmad, what got you this far in 2020 as an extrovert? How did you make it?
I was recently stationed in Georgia. So as everybody knows, Georgia has been open for the most part, right? But obviously I'm in the military, so we couldn't do anything. So mentally I was already screwed because I need my people, I need my contact, I need my game nights, I need my, my time with, just socializing, showing love. I'm an only child. So people I thrive off of.
Okay.
You would think that's opposite, but it's not. So I was able to, the first month I went crazy. But after that, I started just focusing and, as I would say, as a single, you always thrive to want someone in your life. But I was able to just date myself. So I started just getting to know myself, getting to know what really foods do I like or what I don't like or things like that. Things that goals I wanted to accomplish that I've been stalling, or progression in my career military-wise, or even progression in my own little business that I do have. So things like that kept my mind going, and the days, moving forward and faster. I was able to purchase a home. So I was able to do a lot and push forward with me. Now, doing this another year, y'all might have to check on me. But continuing to just focus on me and everything like that, I did have a moment of weakness, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out and do something. I ended up going out in Atlanta, ended up having catching COVID. The one time I went out there, I ended up catching it out. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to stay to myself. And yeah, lessons learned. So, yeah.
So what would you say to persons right now that want to go out for that one time? You know, was that one time outing, was it worth it?
So I will say this: at the end of the day, just like Dana said, you know, the states have scared everybody to simply live life. Like at the end of the day, you don't know where this is coming from. You don't know how it's getting to you. All you know is contact through people and or persons. So be safe. Do your best and just weigh the options. I was able to, I went out there. I had to suffer the consequences. It's almost like, you doing something that you're not supposed to do without protection. And then you're mad because you're pregnant or something like that. You have to just take the risk. You know what I'm saying? I would say just be safe. For me, I'm staying myself inside. And if I do have to do anything, the military still has us at work and things like that. So it's very much like you just have to weigh the risk and weigh the odds. It's as simple as that. We don't know if it would be different if they said that, hey, COVID is in this lake. Okay, we know not to go to that lake.
Right.
COVID is anywhere. You could go to Walmart to simply get some tissue and you walk down the wrong lane, aisle, somebody don't cough, you don't caught it. So it's almost like, okay, do you not do anything outside? Do you not? Yeah. Like with me, I was going crazy. I was on Zoom trying to have a party, and it was weird. You couldn't you couldn't hear nobody. So I would just say, hey, weigh the risk, but be safe. Wear your mask. If you're in a space and it's too crowded, don't be silly and just stay there. Leave. Maybe that's the wrong way to say it, but it's just the realest answer I could give.
No, I mean, for one, you're a COVID survivor. Praise God, you're still here. And the fact that you just told people, yo, as an extrovert, I wanted to live. So I took this chance, went out there, look what happened, and it's real. And I remember when you caught it and you was like, yo, this is real. This is like I really have it.
Yeah,
and you really experienced it.
You don't know it's real. You don't know it's real until you lose your smell. And you're like, wait a minute, I can't sniff? No. But luckily, I was able to just see, and and my symptoms were mild. And, I am really, really grateful for that because it could have been a lot worse. I had no breathing issues, nothing like that. I simply just had no smelling and I was very nauseous. I was throwing up all the time. But that was about it. So I was grateful for that on that kind of part. I wasn't happy that I had COVID, but it's a lesson learned, and all you could do is go through life learning lessons, and you got to just really weigh the risk. And that's what anything, buying pizza or going to the restaurant or whatever you do.
And now you got to just chase yourself around that big ass house.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You about to play hide and go seek with yourself.
Yeah,
exactly.
Me and my dog.
Exactly.
But it's funny. I will add this. Add this before I leave. But I know there was a rumor saying that animals may catch it. I will say this: when I got sick with COVID and I was throwing up and everything like that, ironically, my dogs are throwing up too. So I don't know how true that is. Yeah, like Leo started throwing up, like he had threw up for like 2 days. So I don't know what that was.
He probably was cursing your ass out too. I bet you when you was asleep, he was standing over you looking at you.
Right. Like, all he wanted to go out to the party. All he wanted to go out.
He was looking at you while you were asleep. I should bite him in his face.
Just fake.
All right, man. Y'all be easy.
All right, bro. All right, love you, man.
All right, man. Peace.
Love you too. Bye.
Here he is right here. The man, the fifth, the legend, Juice.
Oh, baby.
Are you in the basement making beats, bro?
So I already got my beats. I'm just sitting here making music, trying to vibe out.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Hey, so how did you get through 2020? What kept you afloat in the midst of all that happened?
I mean, shit, you just heard, excuse my language, you just heard the first one. Music was probably that was my stay afloat. And as soon as I started with music, it gave me that confidence and that momentum to be like, all right, now that I achieved this, let me go ahead and start focusing on other things. So, the gym shut down. That was horrible. So I had to start buying gym equipment in the basement from Walmart. Then every other week they run out of something. I got 10-pound dumbbells in here trying to do 1,000 reps to build something.
First world problems. First world problems.
Every time I want to go for a run, it's either raining or snowing in Massachusetts, and I can't do either or at the same time. So it's just, and then you still got school to worry about. So I feel like once April came around and I started dropping my music, it was like, okay, now I feel a little better because I've been working on this for so long. So it gave me the time to make a decision, like either A, you're going to wait it out, which I'm glad I didn't, because I would have wasted 9 or 10 months of just sitting around waiting for nothing. Or B, you can execute, do something that you've always wanted to do now that you have the time. You can't leave the house anyway. I mean, they get COVID spikes up every week here. So it's either stay in the house or stay in your bedroom. Either way, you staying in the house. So I sitting there, I wrote the music. I told the wifey, listen, I'm going to the basement. It ain't like I'm saying I'm going to a club. I'm going to a bar. I got my wine in a water glass and I'm chilling.
There it is.
So did this pandemic, did it strengthen your marriage?
Oh, yes, most definitely. So, we were engaged for like a year and a half, and we were supposed to get married in Vegas because our family retired in Vegas in April. And literally 1 week, it was literally 7 days before we flew out. I had signed out on leave and everything. The venue had called us and said, hey, we got to shut down the venue, yada, yada, yada. We was like, oh, God. So then we was like, okay, can we push it back? They was like, I mean, you're going to have to wait like 6 months. Then it was non-refundable. Then the airport start calling us and all the people. So it was just a chain react, like back and forth and everything. And then the military was like, hey, by the way, even if you did have a wedding, you can't go because we're barring y'all from leaving. Restriction, you can't go without your house. I said, this is just, so she was just, we spent so much money on it. And I was like, listen, we got to do it either way. So we went, eloped before it got really, really bad towards the end of March. And beginning of it, I mean, our wedding started in COVID. So it was literally like, there's no honeymoon. There's no honeymoon phase. There's no let's go over here. Babe, I'm going to cook for you. What you want?
Right.
All right. I'm gonna give you a massage. What you want? All right, bet. You want to play the game or something? You want to watch TV? You want to make some music? Like, it was everything we had to do. We had a paint night upstairs in the living room. Got a little messy. Came down here and we did some yoga. Like, trying to keep that spice. Keep the spice in that honeymoon phase because we didn't really have that chance. So that made it made me, I don't know, the comments that we were talking about earlier about having that one that would, put you in your place and be like, okay, listen, I'm not the type. So that's why I was, celibate that conversation. That's why I was celibate for so long, because I was dealing with the same person that just kept using me. Like, you know what, that's it. So then I went on a 2-year break, and then she came along and was like, nah, I don't know who you've been messing with, but that ain't gonna fly here. So you need to chill out or you need to go about your business. And I said, well, I guess I'm gonna chill out because I ain't going nowhere. So, so now it's just like, man, if I do something wrong, she gonna call me out on her like, listen, I don't know what you're doing, but you got homework to do. You better get to it or you ain't coming in this bed. I'm like, man, let me go ahead and type this paper. So it made me try.
Hey, that's love, man. You got an accountability partner.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. She letting you know.
I'm in the basement now. She told me, she was like, listen, you've been saying you're gonna write this song for 3 days. I'm tired of hearing you say it. Go down to the basement. Don't come up till you got something. I want to hear it when you get done. I said, yes, ma'am.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
I like
pushing
that.
you to greatness. And you're not letting your pride and ego get in the way of that either. You like, yo, this is my life. This is my life mate. This is it. Till the wheels fall off. Hey, I love it, man. Hey, let's go know how to get your music.
Oh, most def. So if you go on Spotify and you look up Juice, right? Just JOOCE. I'll put it in the comments on Facebook as well. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, Facebook, Pandora, whatever you call it, YouTube. I'm up there. I don't have any music videos yet because obviously, you know, the pandemic. I'm trying to be safe, but you can still find my music out there. Vibe out. Got a new album coming called Unapologetic Dreamer, dropping May 1st. Best
Let's
believe
go.
Tracks of greatness. You know, we coming through.
Hey, listen. Hey, look, y'all. So Juice was on our show earlier this year. And I'm telling y'all right now, he is not playing with his music. I'm not blowing smoke. Like, me and Dana have had artists on this show, and we would get in the show and be like, man, why we let this one on?
Right.
Man, that's horrible. But for real, we pulled Juice on here, and every single track is fire. It's something you can do all day. So when he puts it in the thread, y'all make sure to support this brother. Find him on Facebook, you know, Spotify, whatever you got to do, because y'all gonna be all in your feelings when he blow up. And then he walk by you and he look at you because he like 6'9", you know, and whatnot, and he gonna make you feel some kind of way because you didn't support him when he was down here in the basement. You know, everybody want to get put on. Yeah, everybody want to get put on after you get that Grammy. Hey, put me on. Put me on. Nah, when I was in the basement, you walk by me like my name was Shedley.
Glass cups.
Right, right. Jealous. Now y'all want to sit next to him. So, hey man, make sure to put it in the thread so the folks can support you. You know, the village, we rock with you. But you know, a lot of new folks that ain't heard you yet. But yeah, put it in the chat and let folks get on. Let's folks get on. Hey, I'm glad the honeymoon phase is still full in effect right now. Stay in that honeymoon until this time next year because we ain't going nowhere.
So keep smacking, flipping, and rubbing it down in all parts of the house.
Just keep pouring that paint, bro. Keep pouring that paint. And make mac and cheese a lot.
Keep touching and agreeing. Keep touching and agreeing.
All right, Frat.
I love y'all. Y'all stay up.
For sure. And
it's
last but not least,
it's Mr.
The anointing has hit the room. Come on, Shabak.
You already know I got a word. And I just want to say to Juice, not only touch and agree, but continue to enter the kingdom and eat the fruit. Amen.
Somebody. Oh, my God.
Come on, somebody.
Are you selling little bottles of oil that we can buy? You got
right. So we can rub in some oil.
Yeah, you got some. I'm not doing it.
He said continue to eat the fruit.
Doing this with Daryl. Daryl said, but yes, now that you mention it, I sure do. You know, listen, for a mere $99.95, you too can have your own bottle of the Great Pompine olive oil.
The way Dana's face just looked right now, I just heard everything like he's saying in less than 2 seconds.
Right. And you already knew what was about to come out, but I was like,
pour it on your groceries.
Right, on your groceries. You got to moisten the groceries when you take them home now.
Right, exactly.
Daryl, what got you through 2020 thus far? How did you get here, man? How did you get here?
Because we know you were jumping around. Go ahead.
Was that a bar? Was that a bar?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. You know what? What got me through 2020 was redefining and grace. Redefining and grace. 2020 showed me that I was so wrapped up in who I was as my job, who I was to the world, that I didn't know who I was. And I live in Vegas, so the strip completely shut down. And so I was quarantined, and I just want to say shout out to the Aries. The Aries are the real MVP because we were quarantined and we didn't get to celebrate our birthday.
Hey, some Pisces.
And some Pisces too. Okay, all y'all Geminis and all y'all Sagittarius, and y'all was out gallivanting.
Right.
And y'all were breathing in each other's faces and you understand what I'm saying? But it was redefining myself. All of this that you see, all of this confidence and being able to talk online came from redefining and losing everything and starting over again. I was laid off from my job, you know, and then also I talked to my cousin who's a counselor, and she was like, you got to show people grace. Yes. And me having the ability to show people grace, to love on Karen in her way, to love on Karen. We gotta show Karen love. We gotta show people love, because it's like a deeper level. Like the material things didn't matter as much, if that makes sense. Like Dante, you and I talked earlier today, and even in our conversation, the humility and me being able to take correction and say, you know what, I was doing it wrong. I didn't get it right. And a lot of us, and here comes Preacher Daryl, but a lot of people out there, this is the redefining moment. This ain't about you having your single out, building your house, cooking. A lot of people were cooking stuff. It's like, you know what? Redefine yourself. You are so much more than your job, your career, your number one single, your talk show. We have in America, like you said, first world problems. We have these first world problems. It's like, oh my gosh, you can't go and work out. Oh, poor baby. There's a whole village in Africa that they would love to work out in their home. They would love to have some 10-pound dumbbells. So it was just right over there. But it was redefining and showing grace. And I got done. I'm just saying, not to promote, but I did the DW experience earlier, and I interviewed Lori Moore. She overcame cancer. Like, it hit different when people hit me up and go, I tested positive for COVID. I was quarantined. When the brother said I couldn't smell, I was throwing up every day, and I'm COVID free. Like, when you hear people say, and I'm not going to get churchy, but the I tested negative for COVID hits different.
Yeah.
It just hits different. We have lost major people. Iona Law, Chris Bolton, Troy Clark, millions of people around the world we have lost. And if you are here right now in this moment, you need to know you are here for a reason, and you are so much more than what you thought you were at the beginning.
Right. And I know Lori, and I know her story, and it was amazing.
Yeah, and it's weird because you're right there. I was talking to my mom earlier, and she said that she had went to the Grove to pick up, some Christmas gifts, but they do the walk up to your car or whatever, and I heard in her voice the level of frustration. Like, my mom's a cancer survivor, so she's really, my mother is suited, when she was out. And she said the amount of people that were out, like it was just a regular old Monday.
Right.
Just out being social, Christmas shopping, or whatever the case may be. She said that just really, she looked like, do these people know what's going on? Do they know that we're in a pandemic? Do they know that all this stuff is happening? I'm like, Mommy, they know, but the question is, do they care?
Right.
Let me tell you, I am that person, and I showed myself grace. And I'll say this, and I know somebody's coming up, but I would go to Walmart and see the cars in the parking lot and turn around and go home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I would go grocery shopping, and when I walked up to the grocery store, and there was one time, God bless the Karens, and because there's a Karen out there that needs to hear this. Social distancing is real. And I had to tell the lady, with all due respect, ma'am, stand back.
Listen.
Yeah.
And
they'll invade your space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's been times I go to the store and it's too much for me. I drop my groceries and I go home. I don't care about that.
It's also disheartening for me when I'm on social media and people are sharing on their stories the functions that they're at. And you looking at the function and I'm like, no, I don't see not one mask in sight. And I'm someone that knows what the word asymptomatic means. Mm-hmm. It's like, you may think everybody in this space is COVID negative, but that asymptomatic person is walking right by you, spewing all kind of aerosols in your environment. They may never have a sign or a symptom. They probably never got tested. And then you go home and you wonder what happened because they took everybody's temperature. Yeah, they got a regular temperature. They're asymptomatic. So I get that everybody wants to be together for the holidays. They want to have their eggnog and show their latest garments and be in high rise, Airbnbs overlooking the city, with their Hennessy bottle. I get that. I get it. But can we do it next year?
And let me tell you, if people are still caught up in having a party and celebrating yourself and going out and doing all that stuff, you haven't got the point of 2020.
Right.
I say that. You haven't gotten it.
And it's been times, like you said, Daryl, I've been in the store and wearing the mask is so uncomfortable where I've been in the store because the air's not flowing right or whatever, and you're breathing in and you're breathing out. I've gotten out of line and just was like, you know what, forget it. I'm
I
gone.
gotta go.
I'm leaving.
I'm
I
done.
can't take it standing in line.
Yeah,
You
I feel
feel
myself
woozy
itching.
and you-
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
it's coming. I got it. It's in my throat. I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get
that's
it.
me. That was me. I would
Yeah.
like literally. I have cologne all around the house, and I spray it to make sure I can smell.
Yeah,
I'm
I do
that
too.
guy. It's a weird thing. So
Yeah, no, you're right. It's certain things that people like. I do stuff too. I'll spray air freshener to make sure that I can smell it.
in the morning,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I still smell. So, and I just want to say, Dana and Dante, you know, I say it all the time, but I just want to say I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much that the work that you guys are doing. You all are upstanding, amazing Black men.
Yeah, we love you too, man. I love you too.
man. Hey, and let folks know about your show. Let them know.
The DW Experience every Monday at 7 p.m. And tonight, if you're on Clubhouse, I'm going to do a pop-up. I'm going to do a pop-up. Oh, Dana, yeah. I'm going to do a pop-up open mic tonight. Dante, I'll talk to you about it also. So
What time?
I'm thinking around like the 9 o'clock hour, 9:30-ish.
Okay, send us an inbox.
I got you.
Send us an inbox on Facebook.
All my rappers, poets, singers, you know, all you people who aren't everybody. Yeah.
Love it, y'all. So, hey, check out the DW Experience Monday night on Facebook at 7 p.m. And then if you got access to Clubhouse, you know, I'm on it finally. You know, I got access because you got to get approved and there's all these bells and whistles to be a part of it. But I'm in. I feel so elite.
Yeah,
you know, but hey, support our boy Daryl. Support my brother Ahmad. He came on first. I didn't give him a chance to shout out his business, but he is Mad City, and he does all kind of woodworking crafts for fraternities and sororities and whatnot. That's my lock. Juice that came on after that. That's my lock. My frat brother, you know, amazing artist. And then we got Daryl that came on, who's hosting his own show, and Daryl is gone. So goodbye, Daryl. We love you. I mean, you know. So Dana, close it out, man. Let's wrap this on up. Oh, Pacific time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Facebook Live.
Huh?
Dana, is you?
Oh, here we go. Thank you all for tuning in.
Them chicks. I'm gonna throw some bird seed outside your window because they are clucking.
Right. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. We love you guys. And guess what? Don't forget to spread love.
Instead of spreading lies.
You got to spread love.
Instead of spreading lies. Oh.
Thank you all for tuning in.
Oh, hey.
We love you guys. We love you. We love you. And guess what? Check this out.
It's still in me.
Remember to reach out. I'm trying to be serious. Okay.
Hey, but hold on, Dana. For real talk. I want to see if everybody noticed that on tonight, all dudes came on, black dudes came on.
Yeah.
Every single one said, I love you.
Yep.
Before they logged off.
Yes.
Nothing underneath it, nothing behind it. It was love. Do you know how amazing that is to see brothers able to express I love you to each other? Imagine what kind of community we can have if brothers can say, yo, man, I love you. And ain't nobody tripping. All right, I want to put that out there because I observed it. All right, go ahead, Dana.
You cut me off. We got to start over. Hey, you know what, y'all? Thank y'all. And don't forget to spread love.
Instead of spreading lies.
Hey, spread love.
Instead of spreading lies.
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 Instead of spreading lies. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Remember, please reach out to someone, even if you think they're doing well. A simple hi, a simple hello, a simple I love you goes a long way. Pick up the phone, shoot a text, shoot an email. Remember what the Dana Drop said today. Write a letter, send a card. Goes a long way. We love you all, and it ain't a damn thing you could do about it tomorrow.
Boom. And before we go, my commercial real quick. I'm Dante Morrison, the host of the Donta Show, but not just the host of the Donta Show. I'm also an author of 2 books. The first one, The End of the Rainbow, chronicles my life in my 20s and all the stuff that I went through that was not was good. I loved it. I didn't live the miserable life of sin like some folks. Followed by Yesterday Clarified, which takes my life story and puts it into chapter formation. You can see part 2 of my life and how it went. All right, you can buy both books on Amazon.com or go to my website, DontaMorrison.com, where you will also see other things that I do. Outside of being an author, I'm a community change agent. I am big on building bridges within the community and getting us all together at the same table to have interesting and growth conversations that will really change the dynamic of the Black community. Check out my website and you will see all the other things that I have done as far as my interviews and where I've spoken at. And I need to add to this because I got a lot more stuff to put on this, okay? But you can also get your very own The Donta Show t-shirt by visiting the show. Is that next? No, next is YouTube. I got to get this lineup down pat. Oh my God. YouTube.com/Donta Morrison. Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, but it's going to take a village to make this happen. So we're slowly inching our way up, but please make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. All right. Also, you can get your very own The Donta Show t-shirt with Black Lives Matter. Just inbox me and we can talk about the t-shirt and how to get one to you. It will ship out the very next day and it will come in your size and it will fit your body just right. Yes, get your The Donta Show with Black Lives Matter t-shirt. All right. Also, please check out PyroMediaNetwork.com. Pyro Media Network is the force behind The Donta Show. They do all the graphics, the visuals, the videos, and when you see what's in store for 2021, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I cannot believe Pyro did that. So please reach out to PyroMediaNetwork.com. Talk to Kwame Corbett and you'll get a free consultation of how you can get your very own website, podcast, or just a little show that you may want to do on the side. Check out Pyro Media. Support Black business. All right. So if you want to be a guest on The Donta Show, also write info@PyroMediaNetwork.com and the Pyro Media staff will reach out to you to see what your topic will be. They'll get your press kit, your autobiography. Well, that's a whole book. They'll get your press kit, your pictures and all that kind of stuff to help with the promo and to get you on the show. 2021 calendar is filling up. We got a lot of phenomenal guests. Speaking of phenomenal guests, tomorrow night, right here on Facebook Live and YouTube, our special guest is Frederick McDuffie, who's going to talk about all kind of. Oh, wait a minute.
Kwame sneaking stuff in there, boy.
Up in there.
Yeah.
So tomorrow night on The Donta Show, special guest Frederick McDuffie, who is also my frat brother, Kappa Lambda Chi, Military Fraternity Incorporated. Oh, he'll be on tonight, him and his fiance, talking about mental health. If you remember, Frederick McDuffie was a guest of ours earlier in this year, and he talked about his struggles with mental health and the medications and how the medications made him act funny and how a therapist wasn't listening to him. Well, him and his fiance are coming on tomorrow, and she's going to give her side of the story, like how do you help your loved one navigate through the mental health experience, going through therapy and all that? How do you be this, be a ride or die? Like y'all ladies say, you be a ride or die. She's going to give tips on how to really be a ride or die and what to expect. And he's going to share his experience through the process of going into a mental health facility to really navigate that. So please check us out tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then on Wednesday, we got something super duper special in store for you. We're going to have The Donta Show Village Awards, where we're going to recognize villagers who have really been riding with us since day one. And we're going to have all kind of special gifts and giveaways and cash apps and Venmos and all that kind of stuff. So please check out. So check out The Donta Show on Wednesday night for our year-end closeout. We're going to be on vacation next week. No shows next week because we need time off, but we're going to close out on Wednesday. We would love to have you here joining us. All right. So we love y'all. We mean it. There is nothing you can do about it. Thank you for being a part of the village. And one last time, give it up for Dana. Bye-bye.
Love you guys.
See you tomorrow, y'all. Peace out.